I'm live. Hi. A little bit of a crazy day today. We actually had a really nice day today. Went to see um what did we go to see? Sister Act at Dutch Apple Dinner Theater. A couple of my stamping friends went along, and my mom went, and my cousin. That was a really nice day. That is phenomenal show. It was so good. They did such a great job with that. They really did. Hi, Carol. So I thought that I would join in here for a couple of minutes just to talk about a few things. And then I'll blank me out, open that screen up big, and get on with our card thing tonight. Hi, Susie, made it. Some people were doubting that I was going to be able to make it on tonight along with the after the show, but I got home, I made dinner. I ate very little because I ate so much this afternoon, but uh, yeah, so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I made it here on time. I had everything ready to go, so we're ready to do it. Before we start, though, I just want to show you something. Carol, especially, check this out. Let me know if you're interested. Um, this is Paper Pumpkin between March 11th and April 10th. You have to order it. It is 9 cards, three each of three designs with 9 matching envelopes. This is the part that intrigues me, iridescent foil die cuts. It's a shaded spruce ink spot and a stamp set. As always, it has a little box, little organizer to put these little squares, stamping spots in. Um, Comes with it too. It just looks like it's a piece of cardboard that lays in there. But this is kind of the theme, and it just looks like it might be pretty. So, if anybody's interested, let me know. This paper pumpkin, for anybody who doesn't know, is a subscription box that comes once a month. It's $23, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's it. Hi, Connie. Um, it always has a spot with a stamping spot with it, which is a little inch by inch square stamp pad. It has a small stamp set. In fact, if I could find one, let me see. I think I have one here. Yes, I do. Right here. Here it is. I'm getting there. I took this one apart yesterday. Okay, so see, it came with us. This one had a Mango Melody stamping spot with it, and then there's a little stamp set. And each month, it's about this size. There's a couple of cute little sayings in it, and then it has your a couple of things like this one is a frog and the sun and a kite. Um, I think you can see that pretty good. Okay, so I just wanted to explain. It also has some glue dots, some dimensionals, some embellishments, your envelopes, everything you need to make the cards that are that month's thing. And I used to love these kits when I was on the road because I could take the whole thing in a box just like this. Everything I need was in here except scissors. I would throw a pair of scissors, a pair of tweezers, and I'd throw a bottle of glue in because I'd rather use the liquid glue than the glue dots that they had in here. But it went just like this in this box in my suitcase. It was perfect. What else do I have? I have Carol. I have a card from Carol. Is this not adorable? It's the carrots. It looks like spring, and look what she did. Everything's coming up carrots, so plant carrots. And she's in a pack of carrot seeds. And I just think that's adorable. So I had to show everybody Carol, I hope you don't mind. um, so this past weekend, Saturday, the people in my team got together, and when we get together, we always do we have a nice little lunch. but we all make cards, and we do what we call a shoebox swap, where people bring the components, the pieces, the kits to make some cards, and everybody swaps them, and you make cards that somebody else designed. And we came up with some great cards. I mean, I loved all of the cards that we did. But this one, when I got home after I saw it, uh, Lisa, I have to give you credit for this. Lisa Oaks, who is on my team, did this one, and I have this set, and I just haven't been using it because I just couldn't figure out what to do with it. And so we talked about it, and her swap was this card. And so I'm going to do that one. And then I'm going to show you a couple of other variations with this same stamp set. So we have the two-tone Flora. This is a pretty cool stamp set because each stamp, like there's a flower, there's a flower, there's a flower, there's a flower. Each stamp has two pieces. Uh, Let me pull it out and show it to you. Oh, I already have these mounted on blocks. But, well, here you can see with this one. So this is pretty solid, and the stamp is pretty solid. And then this one is the detail. So what we were doing is we were stamping this solid with a lighter color and then the detail with a darker color. And I just did a couple of these just messing around. We were coming up with different colors, and aren't they beautiful? I just love the way they end up looking. This one is Fresh Freesia and Highland Heather, I believe. Oh, geez. I should have marked these when I know Orchid Oasis. That's what I did there. And that one starts with Highland Heather and Orchid Oasis on top of it. I thought this one would be really pretty, balmy blue with the Orchid Oasis, but I don't like it so much. It's okay. It's not my favorite. Then, oh wait, no, that was Tahitian Tide. This was the balmy blue. That's the one I really didn't like so much. And this one is petal pink with a purple on top. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I want to show you, this is the die that comes with the set, one of them. These dies also come with the set. Now, these dies, there's leaves, there's flowers, different sizes of the flowers because there are different sizes of the flowers. And then there's this little leafy branch that's here. So that stuff is all with it. But this is what we're using today. And this is phenomenal. Now, Lisa said she was having a real hard time getting hers to cut. Um, I brought it home and I messed around with it, and I found that if you have a magnetic plate, using it with the magnetic plate is great. It works fine. You run it through and then you lift it up and it just, the pieces just fall out of it. It's great. Um, so I'm going to move into showing you these things. So we don't need the two screens here. So I am going to make the other screen big. I'm going to check out here. There. Okay. Now we're in here a little bit closer. The screen's a little bit bigger. You can see this pretty good. I'll tell you how you can really see it. I'm going to put it up against a piece of paper and you can see the detail there. It's just a gorgeous die. So I apologize ahead of time to Susie and Connie because they were both at the meeting, so they already got this one down. But it's just too pretty to not show everybody. And then, like I said, I came up with a couple of other things to do with it. So I'm just going to show them all. Okay, so this is the one that I made at the card swap. Okay, it's just thinking of you. and there is something beautiful in every day. But look at those flowers. Aren't they pretty the way they come out? This was, oh, let me see if I can remember. Petal Pink and Mary Merlot. I think they came out really nice. And that's the other thing I want to show you is this paper. This paper is it's 6 by 6. Oh, and I put it away. Well, that was stupid. So anybody who that's not it either. Anybody who watches this after today, because you guys mostly already know what this stuff is. Oh, Carol doesn't though. Carol didn't see this. I just knocked down a whole bunch of stuff here. Okay. Um, paper. Here it is. It's called Fancy Flora. This is beautiful paper. It's like abstract art. It's just really pretty. All different colors, all different kinds of, see, like that's just paint splotches, but look at that on the other side. And it's all these different colors and stuff. So they're the background pieces for this, for these cards. So I'm just going to quick show you these. After I did this one at Lisa's, then I tried it with yellow. This is so saffron, and it's a calypso coral and pink background. And I did the roses, the flowers in Daffodil Delight and Calypso Coral. And I like them a lot. I like the way they came out. Now, when you cut this paper, okay, the die, you have to use this die as it is whole because if you try to cut it down, you're going to cut this out and it just doesn't work. So you need to cut a piece of paper 4 by 5 1/4. Well, when you do that, it leaves you, it's a 6 by 6 sheet. So it leaves you a nice little piece, but not big enough for the envelope. But you know what I did? I just cut it off and used what I had for the end. And I don't think that looks bad. I also did another one that I added some colored paper to it. Yeah, this one. I just put some of the pink petal pink on top, um, just to cover up that white. I, I don't know. I like it. I like the way that looks. Okay, so that's another thing. The yellow and calypso coral isn't that pretty? I love those two colors together. And I know that the calypso coral also looks really nice with the petal pink too. But I did like this. I even like this yellow top. I think that looks kind of pretty. And here's another one. This one is the it you just I just let the picture itself, the paper, pick the colors that go with it. So like this one is oh, I don't know what that is. I think that might be this one here. And I just picked a color to use as the background. And in this case, I used Orchid Oasis. And then the flowers inside are Fresh Freesia and Orchid Oasis. No, Fresh Freesia and Hylia Heather. And the leaves are Granny Apple Green. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to do this. Except first, I goofed at one point. So I have a little bit of a variation here. So this is my paper. Okay. My card base is Highland Heather. This is the paper. And you just glue it down like normal. A lot of glue in here, Carol. I know that's not your favorite sport, but and actually I figured out a way to do it that it works fairly nice. Okay, so now let me show you what I did here. So remember I said you can't cut this down any smaller? Well, I tried. And what happened was when I started cutting it, it crumbled up and it shredded and it really I thought I was lost. I thought the whole thing was lost. But what I did then was I took it and I just trimmed it along the edge wherever where I just followed some of the flowers that were on here and trimmed it off, and that fixed it. So I know I always say goofs can be fixed. Trust me, I know how to fix all of them because I've screwed up all of them. Let me cut there. Okay. So then you're just going to glue this down over top. It's really a super simple card once you get your parts cut. This, to glue this, you take your little thing and go along the edge. And it's really very easy to find spaces like this to put a little drop of glue on. But in this case, I want to get some up here at the top because I don't want this loose. Goosey goosey, and then it'll be flying all over the place. I don't like that because then it rips. So try and get as much at the top as you can on this when you do if you do this. And the only reason you have to do this is if you screw it up like I did. So okay, and then just stick it down even with your colored paper that you have here. And voila! Stick it under some kind of weight for a minute or two. And then, like I said, I took the leftover piece of this paper because I don't like to waste. This is pretty paper, and I just took a small strip of the petal pink and put that up above, and then put this on. So the whole flap is covered, and then just trim it off. So that's that. The inside, I did nothing. Wow. What I was trying to do was save all the scraps and put a scrap, glue a scrap on here. But I didn't seem to do that. Oh no, I didn't do that because I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna show you I'm gonna show you what I did. That's what I'm gonna do. Oh, okay, guys. I'm a little disorganized here now. I'm gonna admit it. So I'm going to take the biggest flower and the smaller flower and the leaves. That's what I'm using for this. I'm going to start fresh freesia. I'm going to use the solid one. Stick one here in the corner. And then take the smaller one. And you don't have to worry too much about how you place them exactly or what direction they're facing or anything because they're just one of those shapes that works no matter what you do with it. You can't really mess it up. Well, I can, but you know, you know how that is. Um, so let's see. I just was moving some dies out of the way because I don't know why they were sitting out there. Now I'm going to take the detailed ones, get rid of the fresh freesia, And let's see. Do I want to go with Highland Heather or do I want to go with the Orchid Oasis? Yeah, I'm going to go with the Highland Heather. I think that's pretty. So you just take your detailed stamp then and get it in there as close as you can. Okay. And then the leaves, I'm using Granny Apple Green. The other one I use for leaves a lot of time is Pear Pizzazz or Evening Evergreen, but for this particular, the lighter colors, I just kind of like the lighter green. And yeah, just don't be too fussy with them. Just kind of stick them around. You can turn them upside down, inside out, any way you want. Just to kind of fill things in. Okay, I guess that's good enough. And then you just glue that inside your card. You like the variation, the half card like that. I like that. I kind of like it looks like I did it on purpose, doesn't it? I didn't do it on purpose, but it looks that way. I like it. And then just glue these in here. So I have to thank Lisa for this idea because I came home and I just started playing around with it and I thought, oh, I'm going to do this on Facebook. And then I did the envelope. Oh, the front. This is so fussy already, okay? And I say fussy in a loving way. I don't mean fussy like ugly fussy. It's just fuss. It's there's a lot going on here. So I don't want to clutter it up anymore with embellishments and ribbons and things like that and fancy doodads. If you've noticed, these are all super simple. The greetings are just really super simple. So I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to take a plain piece of white. I think if I can find one, there it is. Or if you have a light, I found that sometimes these pretty papers, if you turn them over, you can find a light colored piece that you can use for the greetings. That's what I did with this one. This is just a piece of the paper that's underneath here. So if you have it, great. If you don't, try next time. So this card, I think that this card is would be a beautiful sympathy card. So that's what it's going to be. I pulled something here to say with deepest sympathy. And then I mounted it, and then I don't know where I put it. Oh, for Pete's sake. Okay, guys, that's not it. There it is. You know what? Geez. let me tell you something here. It's not that I'm disorganized, it's that I'm brain dead sometimes. So I have this little box here. It says Facebook Live. So everything I'm using for this program is in this box. Okay. My cards were all these cards that I did were all in here. I pulled them out one at a time. The stamps are all in here. So here I am digging around, looking all over the place for this stamp that says with deepest sympathy. And it was right in here in my Facebook Live box where it belonged. So, what does that tell you? Happy mistake. Yep. Yes, happy accident, right? The half card you're talking about. So I went with Highland Heather. Just gonna stamp this right on this piece of white here. I'm gonna trim it down with my trimmer. I have discovered too when I'm doing something like this to know exactly where I want it to be. I look up above and down below with the gutter. I used to always try to line up the centerpiece, and I didn't always get it lined up so good. But I work out better with that center with the gutter, looking at the gutter and taking it from there. So now I'm going to just cut off the ends. I don't want this to. Oh, and you know what I want to use instead of flagging this? I think I might have cut this too short now to do this. Um, and maybe I don't have that punch close enough. Yep, here it is. Okay, I got it. This is a new punch, and I kind of like it. I wasn't sure I was even going to get it, but I got it, and I've been using it. I kind of like it. It's called Happy Labels, and it just puts these little zigzaggy things on the end. And I'm putting this in upside down just so I know that I don't cut my letters. I don't know, I just like it, which I didn't think I would. Like I said, I wasn't going to get it at first because I didn't think I'd like it. But once I got it and started using it, I was like, yeah, okay, this works pretty good. Um, it just fits almost anything. So I've been using it quite a bit. And I'm just going to put that right there. And then I'm going to put a little bit of a bow on it with linen thread. I know I said I wasn't going to put too much on it, but I'm doing it anyway. I'm also, no, that's all. I'm just going to put this on and put a little bow. I pulled the baker's twine, I guess it is, the in color baker's twine. And I was going to use one of those yesterday. Put that down toward the bottom. I was going to use one of those yesterday for a ribbon for this or for a bow for this. And it just, there's something about that that just looks too casual and this looks too formal. And I just didn't like the way it looked. So I didn't use it. So I doubled up on my linen thread here. Cut that down just a little bit more. And then I'm just going to put that right there. And then I just have one more card to show you that I'm going to do with the same set, but this one is even easier. This is so easy of a card. It's so cool though. So Okay, finish this one first. Yeah, with deepest sympathy. And there is the card. And yeah, I think that's a very nice sympathy card. But I do like that cutting that off at the top. So, like I said, I was pretty into this. So, like, I cut a couple more, and this is what they look like when they're cut. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, it doesn't even need that designer paper underneath it. It can go just like this and be gorgeous, right? It is just too pretty. So I, I'm really glad I got that set because I really do like it a lot. Next card. Okay, this one is another really, really simple. I did say that. It's a really simple card. So, what you do is you dig through your designer series paper until you find one you like. I picked this one. Now, this one, when it was big, was pretty too, but I wanted to make sure I got some yellow and some green in it. So I cut around, I cut kind of weird. I can't find a whole piece that you can see, but I cut it so that I could make sure I had a nice piece of the yellow and a nice piece of the green, okay? Because those are going to be my major colors. So I'm using a white card base, plain white card base, the same kind you usually do. Um, yeah, doesn't that look good cut off like that? I like it. I do like it. Uh, so you take your paper. You take your card base. You pick a color out of your paper that you like the best. Okay, so you could go in this one, you could go with evening evergreen, soft succulent. This would be soft sea foam, I believe, or daffodil delight. Well, I decided to go with daffodil delight. So I cut this piece. Let me see. Designer series paper. 4 3/4 by 3.5. This is 5 by 3 3/4. And this piece is going on that piece. Now, the first thing we're going to do is glue these two together and not attach them to our card base because we're going to throw ribbon on this one. Okay, we are going to take a piece of salt succulent, and I'm going to do this way. You could wrap it and tie it in a bow here, but I'm just going to half wrap it and tape it on the back because for me that just works easier. Maybe it doesn't for you. It doesn't matter how you do it. You can do it any way you want. And guys, I placed an order today. Got all the re-hangers for all the in colors that are going away. That would be evening evergreen, soft succulent, pale papaya, fresh freesia, and polished pink. I just got them all. I already had re-anchors in most of them, but I just wanted to make sure I have them all. And I have plenty of them because I do like these colors. I especially like the greens, and I just wanted to make sure I had enough of them. So I did I did order all of them. I ordered the ribbons. I ordered the shiny dots in these in colors. I wasn't taking any chances. I didn't want to run out. Okay, so now I tape that on here and I'm gonna stick my glue on the back. My orders are coming really, really slow. So if you have an order placed with me right now and you're waiting for it, I'm really sorry, but it's taking 2 to 3 weeks for me to get an order in. Right now, I have one that's sitting in Harrisburg. I don't know what's going on. It's just sitting there at the post office. And, they're saying like it's on its way, but it's not on its way. It's sitting in the post office in Harrisburg. And then they say that a lot of the delays are due to weather. Well, we're not getting weather here except wind. I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe it was on that truck that we saw. We on our way driving there today, we were on Route 30, and a at one point on Route 30, there's like 2 lanes for driving, and then there's 2 ramps for exiting. And a mail truck was over in the far, far left lane and zipped all the way across in front of a 18-wheel truck, in front of other people, and just cut all the way across to the far right exit ramp. And I thought, my stamping up order is on that truck. I'm sure of it. So now what we're gonna do? Oh, and just to make this interesting, I'm gonna tuck this underneath here. I'm gonna glue it down, but I'm gonna tuck it under the ribbon. So what I did here is I took my Daffodil Delight, and I used the Something Fancy dies to cut the background and the white. And then this is the one that has the die that says, I did not forget your birthday. I'm just stretching out the celebration. And I'm going to use the soft succulent for this one. And this is really stretching it, trying to get it on that tag, but I'm going to get it on that tag. I'm determined to get it on this tag. Excuse my head if it's in the way. Yep, it worked. There's a bigger one that I probably should have used, but I didn't. So sorry. A bigger tag like this. So then I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it on dimensionals and set it on top of there. And I'm going to tie a bow and put it over here. I had people tell me that this doesn't make any sense to do this way, but if it works, that's what you got to do. So if what you're doing doesn't make sense to somebody else, oh well. If it works for you, do it. Because if you're making the card, you're who matters. Speaking of making cards, guys, I know everybody makes cards, and I sure hope you guys are sending your cards. This is something I'm trying to drive into all my groups at the libraries. That's going to be my big theme this coming month for libraries is send your cards. Don't hoard them. Don't keep them around. Get them out. Get them in the mail. People see them, they love them. So make sure you get them out there. Okay, that ribbon is really, the bow is really not Okay, that's better. Oh, it's better. So, okay, super, super easy card. The inside is just going to be another piece of white. I do have, and in fact, when I was cutting this designer series paper, I had these two pieces left. So what I'm going to do with these two pieces, I'm going to take the thicker piece, I'm going to put it at the bottom of this paper. This is going to be my inside. And it's going to say happy birthday. I like this card. I think it could be a very nice masculine card, but it could be used for a woman too. I mean, it could really be either. But now what I'm going to do with this other piece that I have here, this piece, is I'm going to put it on my envelope because I don't have a piece big enough to decorate the envelope entirely. But you know what? Rather than leave the envelope completely bare, completely bald, completely naked, you know me, I like to give the mailman something to look at when he gets bored. Oh, speaking of mailmen, I'm finding that machine readable is becoming a big deal all of a sudden, and there's a surcharge if it's not machine machinable, whatever it is. In fact, Connie, that could be what happened with your. I don't know what happened with your card, but that could be what happened with it. Um, my friend just mailed out some invitations that I made for her, and she had to get stamps that had machinable surcharge, or I forget, some non-machinable surcharge. I guess that's what it was. Okay, there's that. So yeah, so the post office is on my list right now. I'm sure they're I'm sure that makes them very unhappy, right? Oh no, we're on Annette's list. We better shape up. Yeah, I don't think they said that. So all I'm doing here is taking this paper and making a stripe. One stripe. You can put it across here like this. You could put it across the bottom if it's a big enough piece. You could do anything you want with it. Just put it somewhere on the envelope to make the envelope look like, hey, look at this. It's custom made to match the card. People love that. They do. Really, I love it. Okay, so there's that one. And then I got one more. Same exact thing. Same principle, same everything. I took that piece of paper that I thought was very pretty. I have my white, and I like the Calypso coral I want to pull out of that paper. So I'm going to use the Calypso coral. Put that way. Glue it on. So these are very, very pretty, very quick, and very easy cards. Um, for this one, I'm going to see. Let me see what I got here. Hmm. Okay, I got this so succulent ribbon, um, fancy ribbon. I like it. So I'm going to stick it on here. And I'm going to use, instead of a glue dot, I'm going to use this because I think this is going to hold it a little bit better. I kind of want this, no, I don't want it all the way across yet. So I'm going to put it there. Trying to get it as straight as I can. Bring it around the back. Now the back, can have tape runner on the back. It doesn't matter. And it's going to go right back here. I love the stamp set too. I love the paper. And it's like Candy said that to me the other day. She said she just loves when the card, I have this ribbon around here so that I know I use this for ribbon. These are my ribbon cutting scissors and nothing else. Anyway, Candy said, I love when the paper does the work and you don't have to. And she's right. This is just like perfect. I mean, this paper does the work. You hardly have to do anything. I mean, you can make, how many cards did I just make? And it's an hour. Well, I only made 3, but I could have made more if I wouldn't have talked so much. Right? Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing here. The didn't forget your birthday, just stretching out the celebration. I I like that. Here it is. I'm gonna use the soft succulent again. And on the inside of this one, I put wishing you every happiness on your special day. Yeah, Connie. The tip about the envelope. Yeah, that's just something. Um, I like to put something on the envelope, and this is just easy. Sometimes I stamp, but when they don't have a stamp that you want to do, then this works just great. I've got a half a dozen of these pieces of dimensionals. There, and we have to glue this on top. glue this inside. And I'll glue this on the envelope. And that's that. It's done. So so easy and so beautiful. They, I just think, I mean, anybody, I know anybody would love to get these. So I'm going to have to get on my birthday card list. Okay, there's those that we did tonight. And I did that one tonight. And I'll just show you these because I did them the other night. But okay, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for joining me. Love seeing you as always. And hopefully, I'll see you again next week. Have a good evening and happy stamping.